day, plant loving friends. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting this channel. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Min. I'm a plant enthusiast from Melbourne. I love to take care and propagate plants and share my plant caring tips on this channel. If you like content about plants, please hit the likes button and subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate your support and helping me to grow this channel and also help me to create more content about plants for your entertainment and knowledge as well. Today I'm going to be talking about my collection of Aglaonema, otherwise known as Chinese Evergreen. This was requested by one of my subscribers, so a shout out to you, Fallen Star Seer. I hope you're well. So with my Aglaonema collection, I started collecting Aglaonema for about a year, and I think Aglaonema are such an underrated plant. They are easy to take care of, easy to purchase. They're not a rare plant at all, and they come in abundant variety and colors, so it makes the household look very tropical, a very bright and vibrant feel in the household. The first Aglaonema I have is this one here. This is called an Aglaonema Wishes, and it has green leaves with splashes of pink and white through it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And with this Aglaonema, it also has, with mine, it has a baby pup. And so what I'm going to do, once the baby plant has grown bigger, I'm going to root divide it and create a new plant. Or the other option is that I leave it in the pot and make the pot look more full. And underneath, that's the underside of the plant, and the stem is green. The next one I have, this one here is a very pink Aglaonema. It's called a Aglaonema Spitfire. So the leaves are very pink and green as well. I think a Spitfire can also have yellow on the leaves, but my one tends to be a very pink. And for me to keep the color in this plant, because it has a lot of pink through it, it needs to be an area that has a lot of bright indirect light. And this thing here is actually the flower of the Aglaonema. It's cute, kind of reminds me of a corn. And the stems are also greeny pink as well. And the next one I have, which is very similar in coloration to Aglaonema Spitfire, is this one here, is an Aglaonema Red Valentine. To me, my one is not actually very red, it's actually more pink than red. And the coloration, once again, is very light. So I find that with the Aglaonema that has more light sort of leaf coloring, they tend to need more light compared to the ones that have a lot of green through it. And the actual stem of this plant is kind of pinky white, but very cute. I also find for myself that the ones that have the light coloration in the leaves tend to grow less quickly compared to the ones that have a lot more green in the leaves. The next one I have is this one here, which is called an Aglaonema Elaine. It's very similar to the Aglaonema Wishes, but the difference I find that Aglaonema Elaine has a lot of white splashes through it. So you can see a lot of white splashes. I'll show you the underside. The stems are green as well, so that's the underside of the leaf. And then the next one I have is this one. So I'm going to actually just grab it out of its cover pot, just easier for me to hold. So this is a beautiful Aglaonema, and it's called an Aglaonema Silver Queen. The stem is white in color. The tips of the leaves, it has an outline. It's gorgeous. It has a white outline through it, and the coloration is green with a dappling of silver stripes to it. Very, very pretty. But I like the fact that this Aglaonema has the white stem. It's very cute, and also I love the fact that this Aglaonema, the tips and the border of the leaf is white. The next one I have is this one here. I'll pop this one back. I'm just going to grab it out of its cover pot because the cover pot's quite heavy. This one here is called an Aglaonema Peacock, and it has dabbling of silver and silver splashes on the leaf, and still green as well. So it kind of has, to me, I would describe it as a splashing of silver hue through the leaves, and it's absolutely beautiful. It has the green, it has green stems as well, but the coloration, I mean, it looks like somebody painted this. It's absolutely gorgeous, and each leaf has a slightly different silver pattern on the top. The underside of this plant is all green, and I find that especially this one is a very hardy sort of plant. I haven't had any issues, and you can see this is the new leaf that's coming out, which is quite large, and Melbourne at the moment is in winter, so it's fantastic that this plant is actually still growing in the middle of winter. And the next one I have, I'll just go and grab it, this one here. So this one here is called an Aglaonema Marie, and it has the green leaves with the silver pattern through it. And this one here kind of like has a bit of dabbling of silver, and the underside of this leaf is green, and also the stem is green as well. I find that this Aglaonema, some Aglaonema tend to have a broader leaf, like a wider leaf, but this Aglaonema tends to have a more narrow leaf, which I find very gorgeous, and it makes it a little bit different compared to the Aglaonemas that I have. But I just love the pattern. So it's I would say this one is almost like a light and green pattern compared to, say, the other plant I just showed you, the Aglaonema Peacock. They have a more silver hue. So I say this one here is, yes, more green and light green pattern on it. And I'll just pop this back in its cover pot. Just excuse me, I'll just pop this back. And the next one that I have is this one here, which is called an Aglaonema Ivy. So I'll just take out its cover pot. So all these plants, I've kept it in the nursery pot. I haven't had a need to repot the plants. So I've just left it in the nursery and just popped it in a cover pot. This one here is called an Aglaonema Ivy. It's pretty big. I'm going to go back to show you guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this one here, this Aglaonema Ivy also has the white stem. The leaves, the center of the leaves has like a white strip through it, and also it has this dabbling of a silver hue on top of the green. The underneath, that's the coloring underneath. So I would say it's very similar to this one here. This one here, except for this one, this Aglaonema Ivy has more white, and the streak in the middle is white. So I'm in love with this plant. It's absolutely adorable. It's so big. I mean, it's huge, this plant. And with all my Aglaonema, I haven't had any trouble taking care of them. So that's why I think it's one of the best beginner's plants. So guys, that's all I have for you when it comes to Aglaonema in my collection. I hope to collect more because there's so many varieties of Aglaonema. I certainly would love to have an Aglaonema tricolor. I think that's one of my plants that are on the wish list, and I'll see in the future if I can get one. But the plants I have so far are relatively easy to purchase in Melbourne. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the likes button and subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate you spending your time with me and your support so that I can create more content about plants. You all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys next time in the next video. Bye.